Alright, good morning. Today is Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Moseying on out through here to the fire. I'm gonna round this fire up one more time. Let it burn down. It rained just a little, just a hair up here. Not even enough to make it muddy, but I got my windshield cleaned up. So I'm gonna round this fire up. We sent Pooh Bear after a few bale of straw, and Brawler is cleaning the windshield on the skid steer. I'm gonna round this fire up, let it burn down, and then we're gonna go over to the other side and get us a fire going. And try to. I'd love to get all this brushing done today. I don't know if I can, but I'd like to. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I can get all the brushing done today to where, because it's supposed to really rain tomorrow, like it's supposed to rain tomorrow. So if it rains tomorrow, then when we come back on, Friday to work, we just got dirt pushing to do, stuff like that. Starting to kind of get everything stirred up here a little bit. Pretty good pile of ash. I don't like sticking my bucket down in there too much, but I got some bridging that happened. So I'm trying to break that bridging open to let that air into them coals, so that way it'll burn. It's amazing what that fire does and how it works, how it can be so hot, but yet nothing will burn here, you know what I mean? It's one of the good things about having water to where you're burning too, is you can actually regulate, clean. Like we'll take the hose and we'll wash these booms and stuff, all this boom off here. And that way we don't have any, I don't want to make grease in this nasty thing here and have that ash all over you whenever you're greasing. Let's walk all the way around this fire here. Make sure we got it, get it all rounded up good, where it burns good and complete. I mean, it'll burn a little bit more. It ain't gonna burn much more. It's pretty much already burned up. It burned up pretty good. There was a little bit of bridging in the bottom, which I figured it was, because I was putting the stuff on him now. Don't you think I wasn't, by Jingoes? There you go. Put that up there and let her smolder a little bit. Got something kind of burning right there. I think it might be a stump. I'm gonna check that in a minute. Get this here rounded up good. Yeah, I think it's a stump or a big chunk of log. Big old chunk of log. Pretty good little fire. Get it all kind of. I may have to go to Alabama and pick up my dad. He went down there to see some folks, and the daggone his truck. Daggone, get off there. His truck is he's got a Chevrolet Duramax. I got into some Chevrolets there, so he bought him one, and we're both Dodge people. I mean, that's what we are. We're Dodge people. Cool. man. I mean, we're not Chevrolet people. We're Dodge people. We're Cummins engines is what we are. And he's having issues with his emissions. His truck's only got 60,000 miles on it. It's an 11 model Chevrolet Duramax. Anyway, he said the daggone thing is telling him that he's only going to be limited to 50 mile an hour. I don't know. It's just a big old pile of bull mess. So I talked to him a little bit last night. I said, if it breaks plumb down on you, I'll bring my service truck and I'll come down and get you. Load you up, bring you and Mom back. Go out here and clean this sunroof on this thing. This daggone sunroof's nasty. I can't even see out of it. I told him, I said, I'll come down to Alabama and get you. It's about 8 hours one way. Come down, load you up, and haul you back. I may have to go down there Saturday. Leave Saturday morning bright and early and drive down. And come back. Well, let's go over on the other side and get this fire started over here. Alright, we're getting this here all where we can bring the truck straight up this hill. So we're getting everything kind of cleaned up and get it ready for when Pooh Bear gets back. He can come up through here. It's pretty steep little hill, but I got to get the truck up here to get everything started. Roars down there. We got the bottom of the hill. We got that creek crossing, that temporary creek crossing we put in with some logs and brush. We got it straightened up to where he can get over it. And I keep looking around trying to figure out the best place to burn. And I really want to be down in one of these hollers, but I just don't think it's going to work. I think we're going to have to burn right up here on this hill. I think that's where we're going to have to burn, because everywhere else is so daggone steep, or it's plumb out of the way. So we're going to make us a little burn pile up here. I'll spin around there and you can see down over that hill. Right there's where he's at. He's way down over there. You got to come across this creek crossing, come up this, and then come straight up right here. Pretty much a straight shot. It's gonna be a good one. Old Pooh Bear, he'll make sure he takes his medication this morning, because we're getting ready to use it. Then we'll get all this on fire and started. Try to get something done. I'm gonna knock some of these trees and stuff down here, around here. Got a big dead snag right there. These pretty maples right here's got to go. Just got to make us a little bit of breathing room in here, so that way we get us a fire going. It won't be packing much brush. It's gonna be a lot of cutting first couple hours probably. That's all we'll do is just cut up and swamp. I got plenty already on the ground to burn, so I ain't used to putting more on the ground or bringing more around until we get this here kind of cleaned up. But to get these, this is where a 200, 210 size hoe would just be the berries. I mean, this 130, I ask an awful lot out of it, but I mean, it does a great job. And I mean, these Deere Hitachi hoes, you're gonna have a hard time selling me on anything else. Everybody says Cat's where it's at, and everybody said, you know, I've heard Cat and Komatsu, and man, just Deere's always been good to me. Deere has always been a really, really good. I'm gonna put that right there. That way it reminds me there's a stump right there. Deere has always been exceptionally good machine. That old case that I had wasn't really a bad machine. It wasn't a Deere, and then it wore out so daggone quick. It was just like it was just absolute junk. It's half the money, the Deere, and it's half the life. Or less. Let's see if I can go ahead and I'll pinch these here and pinch these and break them. That way I don't have to swamp these. Travis Brar up the hill on the skid steer. I'm gonna tell him probably go ahead and get us a saw. Hey Brar, why don't you go ahead and get us a saw there? We got a little bit of stuff laying here we gotta get cleaned up anyway. Get us a saw. I get all this kind of cleaned up, cleaned around before we even get started this morning. Get us a nice little area here whenever Pooh Bear gets back. I sent him after some straw and I sent him after me a biscuit. Should have sent him this morning when he was coming in. It'd been a lot more. If I can get this fire started before the rain comes. I just got a good feeling I ain't got nothing to worry about on the rain for at least a couple hours. We get this fire going, and then basically I just kind of tram around up here, get everything that's already laying down here and laying around here. I just get all of it cleaned up. And the biggest problem, I don't like burning where I can't cover it. I don't really like doing that. I never have. I like when I'm done, I cover it up, cap it off. I'm not going to be able to do that, I think, on this setup. I think I'm going to have to burn on this top. Find me a brake. We'll use that junky poplar right there. I'll use it for a brake. Now, I like braking like this. I like putting it in behind it and pulling it to me. It seems like I have more control that way because I can actually feel the fibers breaking in that tree. I can feel them stressing and breaking. And the problem is it'll boomerang. If you ain't careful, if you apply too much pressure, too quick a pressure, it'll actually boomerang and it'll come right back on you. Now, I've had that happen. I've lost some windshields. I've lost some foot glasses from that. So, this is not something you just step into. You don't just get in the cab of an excavator and start grubbing. It's definitely something that you need to work up to and get started with. You don't just start doing it. I'll lay that right there. That'd be a good place for it. Let's go ahead and take out this little beach. Might as well. Trying to leave as many of these as we can that's not ugly looking. Like that maple right there is pretty. This poplar right there, there ain't nothing to it. So we'll take it down. That one right there, we'll take it down. That one right there, we'll take it down. As far as just getting started, all I'm doing is just cleaning this out of place where when the truck comes up the hill, we can get him turned around, get him in the position that we need to get him in, and get our fire started and get the truck out of the way. That's the only thing I'm interested in doing right now, because I've got a lot of bull mess right there already on the ground ready to go. Nice stump. Put him down there, out of the way. I hate slapping my bucket like that. Sometimes I get carried away and forget my travel, forget where it's at. Stump, 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 stumps. This is going to be a nice lot too. He said he was going to save this lot. He wasn't going to build on it. He was going to build on this lot, and then now I guess he's going to build down there where we've been working at. I really don't see anywhere to burn other than there. We could probably burn over in that hole. Gone. I may need to get out here and look. don't really like building a fire on an incline like I am right now, because if it does rain, it will make it an absolute bear to stick and feed. So, but with where I'm at and what I'm doing, I don't really have a whole lot of options. Don't really have a whole lot of options. So we're going to do what we got to do here. Get this daggone thing started. Hope Bear remembers to bring the leaf blower. Probably won't. Gonna need a leaf blower too, Pooh Bear. Good deal. Trying to get as much of that good dry stuff on top of it to start out. Get that good dry stuff, like the old rotten, well, they ain't rotten, but they're just standing dead ashes and stuff on there, man. It'll get started quick. Knock that stuff out of the way. We don't want that on there. I know it looks like a mess. That's because it is a mess. Go ahead and take that down. Might as well. It's going to get burned up anyway. It's green. Got a little green maple right up here. I'll get it in a minute. I got that dead ash right there in front of me. I'm going to start cleaning it up before this fire gets too hot, because I won't be able to get up in here. I won't be able to lay around this close in a minute. There's an art to building a fire. It all starts with your foundation. I got some good dry stuff right here. Get it all boiled up in there. Come on, baby, come on. Let's go ahead and throw this green maple right here in there. Throw it on the edge. Now let's see if we can't boil down this. Everybody's back out of the way, or not everybody, but roar's out of the way here. Let me see if I can't pry this off without prying it on top of me. It's kind of hung up there a little bit. Them ashes will surprise you, man. You'll think they're rotten. You grab a hold of them and then try to break them or pull them off or whatever, man, they'll stick. They won't let loose. Roars down there in the stump. I don't know how loose that stump is. Most of that stump burned. It ain't gonna come off there. Got a little piece here. Try to get all this cleaned up right now before that fire gets real hot. And I can't stand to be this close to it. You'd be surprised how fast that'll take off. It'll be right on top of us before we know it. He's bringing the leaf blower and stuff too, so by the time he gets some air circulating on it, get it all ramped up good. Go over here. He got this cherry seam down in there. He's out of the way. I need to try to work my way out straight ahead. That way I've got an escape path, and then I'll go up this other side and get all of it. I think that's a daggone persimmon. It is. air is pretty pretty dry. It's got a little bit of wetness in it there. But it's kind of what I usually do is I get it close and I just let it go, and that kind of busts all them old wet stuff off of it, and then it'll kind of let it breathe a little bit. I know I'm slapping my wrist pretty hard there. I'm trying to. This stuff gets all dog knotted up. I don't want swampers in there. Too dangerous. Let me just thrash it, bring it, beat it around. Yeah, boy, that's gonna get slick if it rains up there. That's gonna be slick. I hate it whenever I gotta burn out of my comfort zone, out of my zone. I've had 2 good fires. I can't really complain. The last 2 fires we've had up here, we've been right beside a creek. Been able to get water to it, pump on it. This one here, we ain't gonna have that luxury, but this one here also, we got pretty good chances of good rain, so it should keep everything good and wet, where we don't have to worry about it. Worry about that aspect. After it gets good and hot, I'll throw that big piece of poplar on there. That big piece of poplar will keep her molded up. Let's see here. See if I can get this pinched off, get that out of our way. So we can get back through there and clean up all that. I'm telling you, man, cleaning up after a logger it's rough. Again, they didn't anticipate this whenever they did it. They never anticipated anybody cleaning it up. I don't know if they would have done anything differently if they would have. There's got a lot of rotten leaves in it. I probably should have shook that out before I threw it up on there. Try to go ahead and get this here all kind of cleaned up. That rock ought to burn good, won't it? Get all this kind of cleaned up. Roars moving around, swamping. Try to get enough on there so that way whenever they come up here in a minute, they start getting the heat blowed on it, that it'll pick up. I dig in trenches in the bottom of them to give a path for airflow, kind of like a cold air intake. We need to make sure we check it. I think that old skid steer's got it developing a pretty bad leak. Need to get the cab tilted back on it and see if we can't figure it out. Got a good rager right there in the middle, don't we? Let them get in here with some air. Just trying to give them enough room to where they can work and I can work. I'll just break that little piece off. There's another stump. That's the other thing, man. The stumps is hid everywhere around through here. See, like that one there ain't gonna break, so we'll just pull it back away from it. The old Shicky mortars, son, them things will surprise you how strong they are. I keep crawling down the hill on my far here. I'm going to have to probably get in here and level me up. Otherwise, I don't know if I can continue to work in these conditions. Get in here. I'll cut me. See how it's elevated like that. These old semi-grousers, they'll just keep crawling. Kind of give us a little, see, look there, it's sliding and slid there. I'll just kind of nose it off here a little bit. Give me some room to move. way we got a little bit stability, even though this is going to be entirely too close. Whenever it gets hot, at least get that much. Stay her back here out of the way, let them get some air on it, and give me some time to work this stuff up. See what we got in here. Oh man, all kinds of stuff. There's a good one right there. I need to get that one out of the way. Must be standing on it. All down here. Golly, I just telling you. Cleaning up after a logger. I mean, I've got some good friends that are loggers, and I love you all, and I love your trade and everything, but as far as probably going in after a logger and making house seats, it sucks. There's just so much stuff laying everywhere. Mostly right now, I'm just trying to get back away from the fire a little bit so I ain't getting it so hot. Let's turn around here and watch these old boys. Getting her good warmed up. Now you know, I mean, now watch it. See right there at the end of Brawler? Look at that flame. Look at the end of Brawler. Look right past his knee. Look at that flame. That, once you get that thing hot like that and get them coals started, you got a fire. You got a fire that'll burn and burn and burn, and you can put just about anything in that and it'll burn up good. Now what our deal is the only thing I'm going to do for the next 30 minutes is I'm going to keep working my way all the way around this fire, about 40 foot, all the way around it. And that'll give us a good, clean area to work. And it'll give us a good, clean area that you don't have to worry about the fire getting out. Now I know I'm killing that maple up overhead of it. I'm going to take care of that maple in a minute. Whenever I get going around through her, I'll take care of that maple. I'll take that maple down and throw it in the inferno, and I'm gonna throw a big piece of poplar right there beside this big piece of poplar right there. I'm gonna take that big piece of poplar and throw in her too. That'll give her something to simmer on, eat on for a while. There's a little bit of work here. Once we get it started, it'll be in the berries. These boys, you know, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. A guy asked me at one time, I said, I'm gonna go through a butthole. He said, no, that's what a possum does. I said, oh, okay. Got that kind of backwards in it. Wrong animal. Oh, yeah. All right, stay tuned. Been a rough one today. Sat in the seat of this thing for about 13 hours. Yeah, about 13 hours. 12 hours. 12 hours. And I'll tell you, I definitely ain't in my 20s anymore. Because it hurts a whole lot more than it used to. Whew. I need to get my blower out of there. Check it. guys are long gone. I mean, they're long gone. Been gone for over an hour and a half, maybe even longer. Starting to miss the rain, which is a really good thing, because I still got a fire going up on the hill. Turn all these radios off. Make sure they're all off. Well, you know, somebody didn't turn the radio off. Been a rough day today. Got a lot done. I told myself, I said, self, I don't care how long it takes you. You are going to get all that brush burnt today. And self kind of back-talked a little bit, but self, I write self's paychecks, so. We got it. We got it. I gotta do time sheets again. Been trying to do better with time sheets. I probably cheat myself, who knows how much time. Because if I don't know if they leave at 6 or 6:30, I always just say 6:30. I'd rather cheat myself than cheat them guys, you know what I'm saying? Definitely rather cheat myself than cheat them. Oh, man. I tell you what. I am beat, beyond beat, but I got it. All the brush is on the fire. All of the brush. I have got a splitting headache. It goes right through the center of my head, down my scalp, down my forehead, and then it comes out my right eyeball. And it's like throbbing. My right eyeball is throbbing. We'll walk over here and kind of pan and show you guys what we did. We did get all that big nasty bull mess out of there, and I had them scoop all that stuff up, and they hauled it down yonder to cover up that burn pile. We had 3 fires on this job, but that's it. It's all on there. It's all burnt. I mean, what's left will be rounded up when I round everything up. That'll be burnt in. But it's on there. I'm telling you. Good stuff. I gotta go tomorrow for Mark down to Pikeville, back to Pikeville. I'm gonna drive his tractor. His big W9's parked down there, but I can't hardly get it out of the daggone parking lot. I might drive the W9 tomorrow. I might just drive the W9. If it's got the 35 ton hooked up to it, I'll probably drive it. If it's got the 51 ton hooked up to it, I probably won't drive it. Because I hate a 51 ton. I hate a 35 ton detach. I hate a 51 ton even worse. Lauder Wade, I know you do good with them detaches and you gotta have them, but I hate them. Be spinning you around here and let you see what I did. That's it. It's all on there. We got a culvert that goes in down here. In fact, let's just walk that way. We'll just walk the way the road's gonna be. The road goes over on the edge of this hill right here. Up in there is the next part of the development. We're not worried about that right now. Now, while I've been grubbing and beating my brains out, the culvert goes right across there, right where that orange stake's at, where that stake is with a ribbon. Now, I've studied this and studied this. I just about got the skid steer stuck down here when I was bush hogging. You see, I just about didn't climb that. I'm going to chew one of them trees off. That's what that bush hog would do. The road goes right up through here. We got some stumps we got to dig out. It goes straight up through this little ravine. Now, whoever buys this lot really ought to put their driveway straight through there. That way I can bring that road up this way, and I'll put a big curve switchback in it and run it right up top this lot here. That would be the ultimate way. So, some of these stumps right here, gotta get rid of them, but that's it, buddy. She is picked pretty daggone clean. Them little pieces you see laying everywhere, it's like this. That is like poplar, right? Been laying for a couple years, was brittle, like glass. So, them little pieces, they just keep flopping off and you can't pick them up. Big old rocks. So she's definitely a lot cleaner. Fire built burnt down really good. I'm gonna stop and get me something to eat on the way home. I didn't eat anything last night. I didn't get the daggone door till 9:10 or 9:15. I drove him ground rods in the ground down there for the new shop, so my brother-in-law didn't have to do it. That's all picked clean. Like I said, there's a few pieces here and there, but I mean, it's cleaned up. It's done. We're ready to do dirt work. I'm so ready to do dirt work. So sick of burning brush. I got it. See, I'm the kind of guy that likes to sit in and do something. Don't want to stop and do something different. Dirt work, that's one of them. I just want to sit in and do dirt work. Look what a pile of brush burning. That's a mountain of brush. But, bring that road up right through here like this and circle it to the top here, because if a man's going to do anything up in here, the only thing he's going to do is he's going to cut this down a little bit and shove it out yonder and round this out to a big flat. So bring your driveway around and just wrap it around. And don't even worry about bringing it all the way up. Just bring it up enough to where you can drive up here, but don't bring it up here and pave it or surface it. Because things could change on this lot. This could be so many different things. You could have a garage underneath this, dig this out and put a garage basement in it to where you pull straight in off of the driveway into the garage. And then you can have your secondary road to come around to the top too. I mean, there's so many different avenues we could do with this. Right there's that other lot up in that holler that I'm hoping sells as one lot. That way you can put your house down this way. You can have all that up in there for yard and all this in the side yard. Right down here's a lot. That's a nice little lot. That'll be good for about anybody. You can come into this lot from this side or through here. So there's 1, 2, I'm standing on 3, over there's 4 lots, plus he's got his out in there where he's gonna build. So what is that, 4 lots? Yeah, 4 lots. I wouldn't split this up in here. I'd make all this 1 or 2 lots. That out in there's a nice lot if you don't want a whole lot of yard, if you just want a nice setting, because you can build over in there and look right out and see the whole development in the front. I don't know, I'm excited. I get him cleaned back up, finish getting him cleaned up and everything. Tomorrow I'm gonna go to Pikeville, Kentucky for Mark. Get back from that and come back here Friday after it quits raining. We'll get started. Thank y'all for watching and talk to you soon. And remember, keep the dirty side down and making dirty look good.